What's up, everybody? Joe White here, talking to you today from Ohio, somewhere in northern Ohio. I'm about 45 minutes away from Macedonia, Ohio, where I will have to go tomorrow. Um, this NASCAR trial is proving me right more and more by the day. I got to be honest with you. I don't fully, I'm a quote unquote casual fan who kind of follows the business. Um, I guess you could say that I am what the casual wrestling audience is today. I go online and I read the internet and I read like Jeff Gluck and all these other guys, Bob Pockris, all these other guys, inside information. I've been following this trial thanks to Jeff Gluck and his Teardown podcast on the Dirty Mo Media YouTube channel. I've been waiting. This is kind of how I wind down in the evenings this week. Is him and his partner Jordan there, going over what they've um, seen and heard, and their analysis on everything that's been happening in this trial. Seeing as how cameras are not allowed in the courtroom, so there today is day 4 of this trial, and they are finally getting to Steve O'Donnell, who is the former president of NASCAR, I guess. Um, and they said something that proves me right, quite frankly. You know, much like Jeff Edwards and AC had to say I was right about AEW, you all could say I was right about the NASCAR mindset. They want the brain dead rednecks out, and they want a piece of that Formula One audience so bad. They're trying to turn NASCAR into a global sport. They're trying to do what, quite frankly, NASCAR should have done in the late 90s, early 2000s, and that is grow the sport worldwide. They're trying to do like Vince McMahon did, get it out of the smoky beer halls, get it out of the Northeast, and expand it worldwide. And their core fan base does not want that. Look, I don't care where you're racing. You could be racing in Timbuktu for all I care, as long as the racing is good racing. Here lately, the last 5, 10 years, not good racing. It's not good when you only see the guys really race for 2 laps every stage. To me, it's not good racing when the only time you really ever see them do anything, the only time you ever really see them bump and bang each other and do everything that you expect from NASCAR is in overtime or leading up to overtime. I, quite frankly, am sick and tired of races ending in overtime. I'd rather you give me the damn green, the yellow and the green together. But they're examining Steve O'Donnell, and one of the attorneys for the teams, 2311 and Front Row. I know I said Trackhouse the other day. It's Front Row Motorsports. Um, Steve O'Donnell, their lawyer, the Front Row Motorsports lawyer, they've been calling him the teams lawyer, the teams, because you got basically the teams versus NASCAR here. One thing the team's lawyer brought up was a handwritten note from Steve O'Donnell, just scribbled down on a piece of paper that, and this says, legacy mindset hinders growth. I believe that's what it said. It said legacy mindset hinders growth. And throughout this questioning, everybody was like, Jim France, who's the CEO in NASCAR, he's the head guy. They've been trying to paint this narrative, the team's lawyer, that Jim France is old and set in his ways, and he's the reason why NASCAR can't move forward. He's the reason why the charter system is all screwed up, blah, 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 blah. So when they say legacy thinking hinders growth or progress, if you will, the team's lawyer is quick to jump on him going, "You're talking about Bill France, ain't you? You're talking about Bill France or Jim France, excuse me." And the guy that's there, the guy who's representing NASCAR, the Steve O'Donnell guy, he's like, "That's not who I meant at all. I meant the overall mentality of NASCAR." But I don't think he meant NASCAR at all. Legacy thinking? He's talking about the fans. He's talking about us. We need to get out of our own head, quit this legacy thinking, and go along with what they're doing down in Mexico City, which they said is a lost leader, is a very much a losing effort when they did the race down there. The Chicago Street Course, the only reason why they ended up doing the Chicago Street Course was because Amazon, who only gets about 10 races out of the year, not even, I don't think, goes and says, "Hey, um without these high, without this, you don't get us. Without XYZ, you don't, without the TV package, you don't get us." So also, um they said that only 3 of NASCAR owned tracks, Daytona, Talladega, and Phoenix, are profitable. The rest are barely scraping by, apparently. And fans, they don't want to see. This is why I say he's talking about the fans when he says, legacy thinking hinders progress or ruins progress or hinders expansion. Because they know the good old boy sitting on his butt at the couch who can barely speak English is not going to, tolerate his. How dare you take it out of the South? It's bad enough we let you run Pocono and Loudon, ain't it? I can hear it. I can hear it now. Back in my day, the only place up north we went was Watkins Glen. Yeah, it was. Guess what? It's expanding. The mid to late 90s kind of saw NASCAR like what ECW was. You moved up from the mom and pop deli to the subway, and guess what? Now everything's got to change. And the teams don't like it. More importantly, the fans don't like it. I could put up a poll tomorrow. What do you think is wrong with NASCAR? And almost all of them will say the points format. The second most will say the religious overtones of the show sometimes. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below, because right now it sounds like NASCAR is about to lose a lawsuit. And Lord knows what the ramifications can be from this. We'll see you down the road.